Sarah, what's going on?
Department of Sanitation.
Sarah, talk to me.
I think my neighbor has a fever.
It'll be so much easier if you just open the door. Mrs. Grant, you have visitors.
Sarah, what's going on? Department of Sanitation. Sarah, talk to me. I think my neighbor has the fever. It'd be so much easier if you just open the door. Mrs. Grant, you've got visitors. Couple of different voices. Sarah. And there's a question, Sarah. Is that okay? Yep, same pronunciation. Some women have an H and some don't. With an H is actually the older spelling, but I've known some Sarahs. I think when I was in elementary school, and I remember it was Sara. Sarah with no H. Same thing though, same pronunciation. So always ask if you meet somebody with the name Sarah. You can say, "Oh, Sarah with an H, with an H." Sarah, what's going on? He says, "What's going on? Going. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" Department of Sanitation. Department of Sanitation. Sarah, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. I think my neighbor has the fever. I think my neighbor has the fever. Ooh. So they're saying the fever, right? COVID-23. So right now we say, I think my neighbor has the virus. We know which virus. And it's the same idea here, the fever. It's the same idea. So I guess with COVID-23, a fever is the first sign. Now, this guy, it's really tough to catch. It would be so much easier if you would. That's grammar, guys. But do we hear it? Well, we hear it here. It'd be. We don't hear it'd. These similar sounds combine, and we end up with id, with a D. It'd be so much easier if you just. Now here, we got the J, which is a strong sound. It can cancel that D. It grammatically must be there, though. It'd be so much easier if you just open the door. It'd be so much easier if you just open the door. One more. It'd be so much easier if you just open the door. So look at the words, guys. The words are so simple. Practice saying them. Say it. It'd be so much easier if. It'd be so much easier if you would. It'd be so much easier if you'd. It'd be so much easier if you just open the door. Mrs. Grant? A lot of you wrote Grand. I guess there might be a name Grand, but Grant is actually a very common name in America. We even had a president, President Grant, a general, General Grant. Mrs. Grant, you've got visitors. He kept his T. Normally we'd say visitors with a D, like a flap T, visitors. But he said visitors. He's emphasizing, open the door. You've got visitors. You've got lots of problems here. You've got visitors. 2 times. Sarah, what's going on? And we hear a voice, Department of Sanitation. And Department of Sanitation sounds nice, the Department of being clean. But in this case, we can assume the Department of Sanitation, their number one priority is making sure the virus is off the streets, finding who has the virus and removing those people and putting them in quarantine camps. Basically, if we go back to Nazi Germany, it's the Gestapo, the SS, the Department of Sanitation. Sarah, talk to me. I think my neighbor has the fever. COVID-23 in this case. And this guy, he's actually quite famous, this actor. He says, It'd be so much easier. Oh, why are you making this difficult? It would be so much easier if you would just open the door. Open the door and let us take you to the quarantine camp. You're not opening the door. Oh, you are making it difficult. We're going to have to bang down the door. It's going to be very scary, very loud. We can no longer trust you. So physically, we're going to have to be violent with you. We might have to shoot you. We don't want to. If you would just simply open the door, then it would be an easy process, but you are not opening the door. Mrs. Grant, one more chance. You've got visitors. Open the damn door.
Every little thing
Sarah, what's going on?
be alright. Department of Sanitation.
Sarah, talk to me.
I think my neighbor has a fever.
It'll be so much easier if you just open the door. Mrs. Grant, you have visitors. Every little thing
Sarah, what's going on?
be alright. Department of Sanitation.
Sarah, talk to me.
I think my neighbor has a fever.
It'll be so much easier if you just open the door. Mrs. Grant, you have visitors.